Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a tomato cheese bread using some of the remaining tomatoes from our garden. I started off the recipe by melting down 2 tablespoons of butter, to which I'm going to add 1 medium onion that's been diced. These are going to saute for about 5 to 7 minutes or until the onions soften up and turn translucent. Once the onions are finished sauteing, I went ahead and moved them into another bowl, and I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, 1/2 cup of sour cream, 3/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon of dried oregano, and 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Today I'll be using a smoked cheddar, though you can use pretty much any cheese here that you want. Once this has been stirred together, it can be set over to the side. In here I've got 2 cups of biscuit, though you can use any biscuit baking mix that you like. And in here I'll be adding a 2/3 cup of cold milk. Now that the dough's come together, I just gently kneaded this just about 10 to 12 times. It will be a little bit sticky, but that's okay. I'm going to set this bowl over to the side and bring in my baking dish. This has been well buttered, and I'll just be placing this down into the bottom and spreading it all the way across the bottom and slightly up the sides. Now that I have the dough spread out, I'll start it by layering in my tomatoes that I've sliced roughly 1/4 inch thick. Once the tomatoes are on, it gets topped off with the creamy onion cheese spread. I sprinkled just a little bit of smoked paprika across the top of it, and now it's going to go into a 400-degree oven where it'll bake for 20 minutes. Once the bread came out of the oven, I allowed it to set for 10 minutes on the counter just to cool down a little bit. And I have to say, this smelled absolutely incredible the last 5 minutes it was baking. I could definitely smell the tomatoes in here, and I cannot wait to dive in and try this out. This is absolutely fantastic. I love how the tomato and that creamy topping have kind of melded in with the bread as it was baking. The seasoning is really well balanced here, and I like that smoky hint that the cheese gives it. I could also see maybe making this with a Gouda or maybe even a smoked provolone. That would be really well in here also. Is there anything I would change? No, not really, but I wouldn't be averse to maybe throwing on some bacon every once in a while into this. But overall, this is absolutely incredible just the way it is. And that is going to be it for me for the day. If you've enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. If you tried this recipe out, let me know how it turned out for you. And as always, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I've been Volker. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.